The boxing world has been rocked by shocking reports that Oleksandr Usyk could be pulling out of the Rico Verhoeven fight after suffering a serious injury in camp. Fans were expecting a historic showdown, but now major doubts are starting to grow around the entire event.
Дорогие друзья, здравствуйте. Хочу вам сказать, что в своем тренировке...
Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk has now responded directly to the growing injury rumors and admitted that problems inside camp have affected the Rico Verhoeven fight plans. Despite the setback, Usyk still sounded confident and thanked fans for staying patient as uncertainty around the massive crossover clash continues to build.
Так спорт, так бывает. Друзья, фанатам спасибо за поддержку. Чуть подождите. Мир любит сильных.
Frank Warren then opened up on the financial disaster caused by Oleksandr Usyk's injury situation and made it clear the camp had invested heavily into the Rico Verhoeven fight. With training expenses piling up, this sudden setback has left everyone around the event frustrated and disappointed.
You know, it's a big fight, he's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, you know, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it, or if you do, you know, it costs a fortune to insure, but very, very disappointing.
Liam Goff also reacted to the growing rumors and suggested Oleksandr Usyk may have picked up an ankle injury during camp. Right now details are still unclear, but the fact multiple people are now questioning Usyk's condition has only made fans more worried about the Rico Verhoeven fight.
And was suffered some sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specified. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not. Maybe I was just saying.
Eddie Hearn then highlighted how intense modern fight camps have become, with fighters constantly pushing themselves through brutal sparring sessions. That is why many fans now believe Oleksandr Usyk may have genuinely suffered the injury while preparing for the dangerous challenge of Rico Verhoeven.
Was sparring. Now, it's the first time where we consistently had 7 or 8 guys in camp, living in camp, training with him day in, day out. And it made a big difference in the fights. I think he knows that the way that he's going to improve is time in the gym and also the quality of...
Johnny Nelson did not hold back at all and appeared furious over the chaos surrounding camp activities before the Rico Verhoeven fight. With Oleksandr Usyk now linked to injury problems, many fans are starting to question whether things inside camp became far too reckless before such a massive event.
The source is good. The source is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The source is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard all...
Frank Warren then admitted the news arrived very late and instantly created panic behind the scenes. From broadcasters to fans, everybody was left stunned as uncertainty continued to grow around Oleksandr Usyk and whether the Rico Verhoeven showdown could still realistically happen.
People direct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon.
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
To say the least. For the fighters as well. It's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved. TV companies and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, you know, His Excellency, everybody involved with this. We're all gutted, but what can you do? That's...
The Wade Plemines raised serious concerns after watching Oleksandr Usyk closely and hinted that the injury may be worse than people first expected. Some fans are now even wondering if this shocking setback could affect Usyk far beyond the Rico Verhoeven fight itself.
Probably shouldn't be doing that, right? There he goes again. Now again, I'm no doctor. I don't know, but it does seem like that's a bit of an issue.
Eddie Hearn kept his reaction short, but the tension in his words said everything. Right now nobody around boxing seems fully certain about what happens next with Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven. The injury rumors are growing stronger every hour, and many insiders now believe the situation behind closed doors is far more serious than fans first thought. What makes this even bigger is the scale of the event itself, because this crossover fight had already created massive global attention. Now the entire boxing world is waiting for one final decision from Team Usyk.
With Dubois, we'll see what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Frank Warren once again stressed how painful this entire situation has become for everybody involved in the Oleksandr Usyk camp. Huge money had already been invested into preparing for Rico Verhoeven, and now everything is hanging in the balance because of the reported injury. Fans often only see fight night, but behind the scenes these camps cost an unbelievable amount of money and energy. From sparring partners to elite nutrition teams, every detail had already been locked in. That is why this possible pullout has shocked the boxing industry so heavily.
He's a big fight. He's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. You imagine the cost involved in a training camp, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it, or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure, but very, very disappointing.
The Wade Plemines then broke down exactly why Oleksandr Usyk would have been such a nightmare matchup for Rico Verhoeven inside a boxing ring. According to him, Usyk's movement timing and ring IQ are simply on another level compared to most heavyweights in combat sports. Even Rico supporters understood how difficult this challenge would have been because Usyk punishes every small mistake with his elite footwork and accuracy. That is why fans were so excited for this clash, because it was going to test whether Rico's toughness and pressure could overcome one of the smartest boxers in the world.
Frame with his lead hand, keep the distance, which he does such a good job of. If you move forward, he moves back. You cut an angle, he cuts an angle, right? He just mirrors what you do. And the moment you make a mistake or overcommit, he touches you with the lead hand. That's first.
Frank Warren also revealed that doctors immediately stepped in after Oleksandr Usyk's injury concerns started becoming serious. According to Warren, even the medication had to go through careful checks before anything could be approved, which shows just how closely monitored this situation has become. That instantly raised more questions from fans, because if the injury was minor, there likely would not be this level of concern surrounding treatment and recovery. Right now, the uncertainty around Usyk's physical condition is only making the Rico Verhoeven fight look more unstable with every passing day.
Doctor examined him, give him some medication, but the medication he gave him, it obviously had to be checked that it didn't.
Adam Smith believes the drama surrounding Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven has only made the event even bigger despite all the controversy. Boxing fans around the world are now completely locked into the story because nobody knows whether the fight will collapse or somehow still move forward. The injury rumors, the heated reactions, and the uncertainty behind camp have created massive attention online. At this stage, every new update involving Oleksandr Usyk instantly goes viral because people desperately want answers about the future of this crossover showdown.
Twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next.
Tony Bellew gave huge respect to Rico Verhoeven's dangerous kickboxing ability, but still made it clear that boxing is Oleksandr Usyk's world. According to Bellew, the early rounds may have been awkward because of Rico's size, movement, and pressure, but once Usyk settled into his rhythm, he likely would have started taking complete control of the fight. At the same time, Bellew admitted that if Rico somehow managed to defeat Oleksandr Usyk inside a boxing ring, it would become one of the biggest shocks combat sports has ever seen. That is exactly why fans were so fascinated by this matchup before the injury news exploded across the boxing world.
If this was a kickboxing match, I'm trying to tell you, Alexander's in an awful lot of trouble. Do not take a kick off him. Thankfully for Oleksandr Usyk, this is a boxing match. And I think once them first 3 or 4 rounds pass, and that awkwardness and stance and style Oleksandr Usyk figures out, I think Rico could be in for a hard night's work.
I mean, someone saying it could change boxing forever if he wins, Rico. How does Rico go about trying to solve that puzzle of Usyk?
Be the greatest shock boxing's ever seen. If Rico Verhoeven is to defeat Oleksandr Usyk, it will be the greatest victory in boxing history.
The Wade Plemines made it very clear that he was never fully convinced by the Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven matchup in the first place. While he respected Rico as an all-time great kickboxer, he still believed boxing at heavyweight is a completely different world, especially against someone as technical and disciplined as Oleksandr Usyk. He also compared the situation to Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, but pointed out that Usyk is a far more focused and dangerous operator inside the ring. Still, despite all the criticism, fans remain fascinated by the fight because Rico's power and unpredictability always created that one shocking what-if scenario.
This is not a fight I am a massive fan of, and now that I'm free, now that I can kind of, be more open about my opinions on this fight, I fucking hate this fight. I can't stand it. I understand the circus nature of it in terms of, like, big name kickboxer, one of the best of all time, if not the best of all time, coming in to fight an all-time great in the boxing space in his sport. We saw it with Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. The only difference there was, I think, more fans of Francis Ngannou, more of a what-if factor because of his punching power and because Fury was 550 pounds in that fight. Accurate, not even exaggerating. We got a masterpiece in terms of what Francis did to the current heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this is a little different because Oleksandr Usyk is a massively different operator than Tyson Fury. He is a far better technical boxer than anyone at heavyweight, and he isn't really susceptible to one-punch KO power the same way Fury is when he comes in out of shape and blubbery. Now, is there the off chance that Rico catches Oleksandr Usyk? Yeah, sure. I understand. It's a fight. Anything can happen. But why is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world not just taking a recess from fighting the biggest and best boxers on the planet when he is the sitting champion, but also putting his title on the line to fight a kickboxer with one professional boxing match in his career? That's the big part that
Max Kellerman and the panel sounded extremely confident that Oleksandr Usyk would still dominate Rico Verhoeven despite all the hype surrounding the crossover clash. According to them, Usyk is showing absolutely no signs of slowing down, even at 39 years old, and physically he appears stronger than ever before. They also praised Usyk's discipline, preparation, and mentality, which many believe separates him from every other heavyweight in boxing today. That is why the injury rumors shocked so many people, because fans genuinely believed they were about to see Oleksandr Usyk at his absolute peak against one of combat sport's biggest names.
Even though Usyk's 39, I feel like he's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any slippage at all. I feel like and if you see the photos, it looks like Usyk put on a lot of muscle. I mean, this guy looks like a tank right now.
It's true.
Rico don't got a shot.
No shot.
Front, man. He ain't got no shot. It's ridiculous.
But what do you think of Usyk? Do you see Usyk as vulnerable?
Nah. Usyk, man, I feel like he's at his best right now. To be honest with you, it's just he's different. He's different. He takes care of himself. He preps himself properly. He's a different guy, man.
Here's the other thing, Shady. Mike Tyson was a much bigger sensation in his day than Usyk is in his day.
Yes.
Mike Tyson was much more feared and considered a more unbeatable heavyweight champion. He was in his mid-20s when he got upset by Douglas. Usyk's nearly 40. He's never captured the imagination of the public. He doesn't look invincible. And yet, if you said who would win, Usyk at his best or Tyson at his best, Tyson ain't beating Usyk.
I don't think so.
I don't even think Tyson.
Right now, the entire boxing world is standing still waiting for one official update on Oleksandr Usyk and the Rico Verhoeven super fight. What started as one of the biggest crossover events in combat sports has now turned into complete uncertainty because of these serious ankle injury claims. Fans are divided. Some believe Usyk will recover and still step into the ring, while others think this could be the moment the fight completely falls apart. What makes this situation even more intense is the fact that so many top voices, including trainers, promoters, and analysts, have all reacted differently, which only adds more confusion to the story. If Usyk is forced to withdraw, it would not just be a disappointment for fans, but also a massive setback for one of the most talked about global boxing events in recent memory. On the other hand, if he does recover and return, then the hype around this fight will explode even further, because now every second of anticipation is building pressure. One thing is certain, and that is the fact that Rico Verhoeven is still preparing like the fight is happening, and he is ready for the biggest test of his career. Now we wait for the final decision from Usyk's camp, and until then the boxing world will keep guessing, wondering, and debating what comes next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update in this story, because the situation is changing fast, and we will bring every new detail as it drops.